Time to say good morning to Avery Johnson joining us here in CBS Sports HQ. So, Coach, Harden faces the Nets for the first time tonight in a new uni. What are your expectations for him against his old team?
Well, I expect James Harden to play some of his best basketball. If you look at his last game, James Harden was seen running in the stands, running the stairs, making sure that he's in tip-top shape, just the healthiest and the happiest that I believe James Harden has been in years, playing with Joel Embiid, playing for Doc Rivers. So I expect James Harden to have one of his dominant performances, 35 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds. This is a triple-double night. He basically had off in his last game because Joel Embiid was so good with 43 points. So James Harden didn't have to score as much. Tyrese Maxey has been playing outstanding in his second campaign or second season. So this is a big night for James Harden. I think he wants to prove to the world that this is the team that he wanted to get traded to all along. He detoured to the Brooklyn Nets. Kyrie Irving obviously was only available for road games. So I think that irritated James Harden. But again, I think this is a big night for him, playing at home against his former team, a team that he didn't reach his fullest potential with. He only was available, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant for a few games, but now he's playing with the big fella. This is arguably the best 1-2 big man, wing player, guard player combination in the NBA. So I'm so fired up for this game tonight.
So far, so good with both Harden and Embiid. Ben Simmons, we're still waiting for him to officially make his debut. He's going to be in the building on the bench. I'm curious, though, if you were Steve Nash, would you even want him there in the building, let alone on the sideline, giving everything that's going to be surrounding Wells Fargo Center?
Yeah, I want him in the building, and I want him in uniform. It's time for Ben Simmons to play basketball. And, we don't know all of the details behind, I guess, is a back injury. But, I foresee Ben Simmons after this game, in the next game or two, he'll be in uniform. But I want him on the sidelines. But I want him in uniform, and I know the fans are going to go crazy tonight in Philadelphia. I hope they keep it somewhat PG rated. But if I'm Steve Nash, let's get Ben Simmons in uniform, playing that 0.5 position, playing that slashing 4-man position, passing the ball to those great scorers, like Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Seth Curry. Getting the ball out to those shooters and being one of the best defenders in basketball. So I'm sure Ben Simmons, this will be one of his last games not in uniform for the Brooklyn Nets. And I'm sure we'll see him back on the court here sometime soon.
Avery, got one more before I let you go. The Raptors denied Gregg Popovich that record-breaking win, somebody that you know very well with Pop. What do you think when he does eventually the record will mean to him passing Don Nelson, because per usual at the moment, Pop is being Pop and not talking about it at all?
Yeah, it'll mean a lot to him. And I think he's going to want to give it back to every player that played for him and the fans in San Antonio who's been so special during this unbelievable run. I remember back in 1993-94, I was playing point guard for the Golden State Warriors for Don Nelson, and guess who was one of his assistants? Gregg Poppovich. And that was his last year before he moved on to San Antonio and became general manager. And a couple of years later, he took over as coach. So I've been with Pop since day one. He brought me back to San Antonio, basically saved my career. And now he's, arguably, the best coach in the history of NBA in one city with one team. Just a magical run. And he's had so many outstanding career milestones during this run. 5 championships, been to the finals 6 or 7 times. I was a part of the first championship. And I know this is going to mean so much to him. He's not going to show it. He won't be very emotional publicly. But behind the scenes, he'll be drinking some wine, celebrating. What a heck of a run he's been on.
Our producer, Brian Telly, loves trivia. Do you remember the last coach before Pop? So that would be 94. Do you remember who was coaching the Spurs before y'all got there?
Yeah, Bob Hill. Bob Hill was the coach before Pop.
Bob Hill. A lot of people say Brian Hill. They forgot the Magic that time, but yes, Bob Hill, the coach there before Pop arrived. Avery, certainly appreciate it as always, breaking down what we're seeing for tonight, which includes again the James Harden Brooklyn Nets game. Take a look at their upcoming schedule. Again, their next game home against the Jazz on Friday, but they do have a nice string of chances at home to get it done for Gregg Popovich to pass Don Nelson.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.